end of the Civil War, north of us in Petersburg, Virginia, some really tough battles were being fought, both to take Richmond and to defend Richmond. I had relatives fighting on both sides of those battles. I grew up in East Tennessee, the mountains of East Tennessee, where I read a book about Gatlinburg that proudly claimed people of Gatlinburg are 98% pure American, and audaciously claimed that pure American meant white, Anglo-Saxon, and Protestant. I wanted to get to a larger pond, so I came to Duke in the mid-1960s. While at Duke, I was struck by what my mother had taught me and what the Sermon on the Mount taught me about how important it was to take care of those who might need help. I supported the non-academic employees at Duke who wanted to expand the sense of community and get better working conditions and more money. When Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, hundreds of us continued our support for the Union, and we slept out on the quad for nights trying to support the non-academic employees. I got out of Duke and got interested in teaching. I decided to teach at a Quaker school where I've been for 50 years. The people there at the school, the founders, had seen buses going one way down the street to the black school and another way down the street going to the white school, and they thought we could have in the early 1960s an integrated school, a school that would be working for change to attempt to treat every person of whatever ethnicity, whatever race, whatever gender, whatever income level with the same love and respect. I have continued to work on that my entire life there at the school. There's a book that I like to teach that is called To Kill a Mockingbird. In it, one of the characters speaks to us today, speaks to all of us in the South, by pointing out that Tom Robinson was found guilty by the color of his skin before he even entered the courtroom. There's another character who speaks to empathy, and he says that you got to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. That's what I do with my teaching. I want to help my students learn empathy, to learn to see themselves and see others, and to love and like themselves and others. There's a song I remember from the 1960s that goes, "How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free?" What I hope in my teaching is to help the newer generations, the younger generations, find a good answer to those questions, answers with empathy, with hope, and with love.